utterly rejects, and that Muslim leaders themselves have the greatest ability to address. Religions don't require adherents to raise villages and blow up people. It's individuals with a distorted and an even ignorant interpretation of religion who do that, abetted by networks of individuals who have a different agenda and who incite and finance those actions. We will certainly not defeat our foes by vilifying potential partners or by suppressing the very freedoms that terrorists try to destroy. Unless we direct our energies in the right direction, we may very well fuel the very fires that we want to put out. So what should we do? Well, the first step is to make clear that the civilized world will not cower in the face of this violence. Violent extremism has claimed lives in every corner of the globe, and Muslim lives most of all. We are each threatened, regardless of faith, ethnicity, homeland, or tribe. And so it is imperative that we each, all of us, respond. There's no room for sectarian division. There's no room for anti-Semitism or Islamophobia. And no way forward except to demonstrate to the terrorists that every time they try to divide us, they strengthen our resolve. Like the million souls that last week spoke with a single voice in the streets of Paris, we must act as one. And the place to begin is quite simply by defeating Daesh. Why? Because they are better armed, better trained, better funded, and have been more able to hold on to territory than any other terrorist group in history. Because they directly threaten the peace and stability, not of one group in Iraq, but of every single country in the region. And because they have further overtly threatened to take their threat around the globe, and are working to do so. This is a threat to the entire structure that we have worked so hard to put in place since the end of World War II. It is a threat to nation states. It is a threat to rule of law. And freeing Iraq from its ruthless occupiers is the critical, crucial first turning point. Now, just 4 months ago, Daesh was trumpeting plans for seizing Baghdad. To many, they seemed unstoppable. You remember those days only a few days ago? Some media reports frantically predicting that Iraq might fall and Daesh was about to drag the entire Middle East back into the Dark Ages. But then two things happened, and not by accident. In Iraq, a new government was assembled that is intent on reform. Iraqis themselves came together, determined to move to a different future, determined to earn the confidence of all of their citizens. And you just heard from Prime Minister Abadi, who we met with yesterday in London. And second, we forged together, all of us, an international coalition, 60-plus members strong now, with a mandate to disrupt, degrade, and ultimately defeat Daesh. President Obama and the United States, I'm proud to say, were deeply involved in leading both of those developments. But we acted in partnership every step of the way with our Arab friends, European allies, and others from across the globe. And since September, our coalition has pursued a carefully crafted, comprehensive strategy to weaken Daesh on multiple fronts. We have launched some 2,000 airstrikes, disrupted Daesh's command structure, undermined its propaganda, squeezed its financing, damaged its supply networks, dispersed personnel, forced them to change tactics. Today, in much of Iraq, Daesh's momentum has dissipated. And with coalition support, Iraqi forces have retaken Mosul and Haditha dams. They have retaken territory near the city of Tikrit. And in Syria, Daesh has seen its command facilities attacked, its oil infrastructure damaged, and its siege of Kobani blocked. No large Daesh unit can move forward aggressively without worrying what will come down from the skies now. And progress also continues in the political arena. Yesterday at this coalition meeting we held in Paris, Iraqi Prime Minister Abadi described the steps that his team is taking. I know he described some of them to you today, to bring the country together. Reform efforts have been launched in the judicial and other sectors. After years of delay, Baghdad and the Kurdish region have finally reached an accord on oil. The Iraqi army is becoming more inclusive and professional. Iraq is strengthening ties to its neighbors who are reciprocating with open arms and helping hands